Well, if you travel in and out of Buffalo and the airport, you know that it's a lot more convenient than bigger hubs around the country. But how does it stack up with comparable airports? Well, each year, J.D. Power conducts an airport satisfaction study, and for 2025, found the airport in Cheektowaga ranks third among all medium-sized airports in America. The study, measuring several key areas, including ease of travel, terminal facilities, staff, etc. Pascal Cohen with the NFTA is Senior Marketing Manager at the Buffalo and Niagara Falls airports, and he joins us live here tonight. Pascal, always great to have you on. I appreciate your time. Let me get your reaction first to ranking third. Seems like a pretty good number.
Yes, great to be with you, Michael. Yes, it is absolutely fantastic. Back in 2018, we were ranked #1, and then obviously COVID happened. We had a lot of construction happening, so we slipped a little bit in the ratings, but we are slowly moving our way back up to #3, and hopefully in the next couple of years back to #1.
I can remember just a few years ago, I was flying somewhere for work, and I timed myself from the moment I got out of my car in the parking lot until I was sitting at my gate, and it was like 8.5 minutes. We know how quickly you can get through things in Buffalo, and it can take so long at other airports. How important is that? I mentioned ease of travel and making it, you know, as convenient as possible for people. How important is that to you?
It is one of the most important things to do. It's really what sets us apart from a lot of other airports. So, as you know, about a third of our passengers that originate in this part of the country come actually from Canada. And they're coming here for many reasons, but one of the main reasons is because we are so efficient and so quick. You know, if you stack us up against Toronto Pearson, where it's going to be at least an hour to an hour and a half to get through the checkpoint and get to your gate, that's just not the case in Buffalo. It's about 12 minutes is the average peak wait time at the Buffalo airport, but most of the day you get through in a matter of 2 or 3 minutes.
I'm glad that you brought up Canadian visitors. That's one of the reasons our airport has as many direct destinations as we have, because you know we have passengers coming from outside the Western New York area. Are you still seeing Canadian travel numbers as high as they've been in the past, or is it like with people coming here to shop or to visit that we're seeing fewer Canadians?
Well, we definitely saw a bit of a dip in May and June. As we expected, there was a lot of geopolitical tension happening, but I can tell you the first 2 weeks of September, we are back at 30% of our originating passengers are from Canada. Now, we'll see how that holds up for the rest of the year, because the exchange rate for the last couple of years have been pretty unfavorable for Canadians, but we are still a very, very good value because of the low-cost carriers that we have, and a domestic flight is always cheaper than a trans-border flight. So there's a lot of savings for Canadians regardless. But yeah, I think we've rebounded tremendously well over the last month or two.
Yeah, that's definitely good to hear. You mentioned the construction that may have hurt you a little bit in the rankings over the past few years. It was important construction, right? The arrival area is totally different. You've made changes down in baggage claim. What is next? What does the future hold at the airport?
Well, we're always working on improving some of our concessions. There's actually a new pre-security restaurant opening up, a bar and restaurant in a couple of weeks. And I'm sure there will be some fanfare around that. So right now it's a little difficult if you're dropping off someone at the airport and you said, hey, I just want to visit with you a little bit longer before you go through security. There's really not a lot of concessions, so that will be coming. And we're always working with other partners to see what other offerings our customers are looking for. So yes, concession is a big thing, but our lounge that we opened a couple of years ago has been hugely successful. And then we also try to kind of entertain folks a little bit more by partnership. So you probably saw a couple of years ago, AKG opened our art gallery a little bit. So they are rotating some other culturals through there. So hopefully in the next couple of months, we'll see some more Western New York cultural organizations represented in our art gallery.
Pascal Cohen, Senior Marketing Manager for the Buffalo and Niagara Falls airports. Thanks for your time, sir. Congratulations on this ranking.
Thank you, and you bet.